Will the Analogue Duo play US games? Will it play import games? Will it play homebrew games? Will it play my custom games? Will it play import CD games? Will it play bootleg CD games? Will it play my old school EverDrive? That still works. How are you feeling? You got John Riggs here. We're gonna find out in this video all about the Analogue Duo. I'm sorry, why was this $22 in shipping? I paid $22 for shipping in-state UPS second day air. Is that the current price for shipping in the same state for 2-day air from UPS? I have friends who live in Seattle who can't even pick it up. They literally have to get their Analogue products shipped to them basically across the street. And never mind Washington State. If you're ordering from Analogue, there are people who are paying like 38 bucks on the East Coast. I don't know. Okay, I'm done. I promise. I wish I had that Boost canned air stuff that I like to use on me right now. I also had to pay Yakima city tax on this. Wow, they are really nickel and diming you here. Okay, this is the Analogue Duo. They shipped it in paper, okay, wrapped in more paper. Nice and sleek box, let's open it. You see, because my thing is, I am a huge fan of the TurboGrafx 16 and always have been. I was that kid on my block during the console wars. People are like, Nintendo, Sega. And I was like, well, you can have both. Doesn't matter. They're both good in their own right. And I was the only one who had a TurboGrafx 16. And I've seen a few other people on YouTube. I'm not naming names. I don't have to. And that's fine that they're looking at something like this. Analogue sent them one. I had to pay for this. I paid full price for this. And Analogue sent them one, and they're just like, I've never had a TurboGrafx 16, so I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm looking at. What does this mean? It's like, dude. And this is it. I got the white one. I got the white one because I used to have a PC Engine Duo R, and I just like game system. I know they get dirty quicklier. Yeah, I was a big fan of the Turbo Duo R on this one. I wish it still had the door. I wish you still had to prop up the door and all that, but that's fine. And then the CD just kind of goes in there. Okay. Controller ports on the side. Is that like for controllers? So like maybe Bluetooth? A couple of USBs in the back. Looks like a spot for a memory card, HDMI, USB-C for power. Looks like they did include the power cord. Did they include a controller? Probably underneath, huh? Am I breaking the cardboard at this point? I am. Did they not include a controller? That's interesting. Have these ever included controllers? Maybe have you always had to provide your own? The only other Analogue product I have is the Pocket, which is a controller. I do have the Mega SG, the Genesis one, but that was gifted to me, so I never really thought much about it. The good news is I do have a controller, and I bet you could use a USB controller, but I do have a TurboGrafx 16 controller. $22 in shipping to not have a controller. Whoa, that was a cool sound. So included an HDMI and a power cable, which is just a USB-C to USB-C with the wall adapter, so good for that. Sometimes you just get the USB-C to USB-A, I suppose, that just plugs into your TV. I like the fact that they had the wall adapter, so good for them so far. So far, so good. And then their HDMI, which looks kind of cool, but I already have an HDMI. I would be totally okay if they didn't include this and included a controller to use, but maybe they just don't do controllers. I don't know. So I'm, you know, again, I'm not part of this. I do want to show you this though. This is the one I got. I got the white one. You already saw that. And then this is my PC Duo, not the R. The R is white, but I went for the that one. So a little bit smaller, nothing wrong with that. And I do have, like I said, some CD games, and I do like how it has this kind of rubber mat to make it kind of slip proof. So they do have converters, and I do have a controller somewhere in a box somewhere because I never use it. So my controller for this will not work. And I do have a bunch of extra controllers I can use just for the sake of this. I'm going to use the 8-bit Do controller. Nice and easy, perfect D-pad. And if you say, oh, it's not 8-bit Do, it's 8-bit Do. It's like 8-bit Do, like Nintendo, 8-bit Do. That's, anyway. Insert game, library. I'm sure this will be jailbroken sooner than later. Memories, fun. Using memories requires the SD. Oh, that's true. I do not have an SD card. It is recommended you do have an SD card. That's what stores like your saves and stuff like that. Tell me about the Duo settings. Eject CD. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, there's no, again, I like the tray. I like the physically grab it, and I don't like things being stuck in there. When I first had a Wii, when the Wii first came out, I remember I couldn't get a game in there. It was like, what's going on? It's not working. And then there's a trick where you have to like put in a game and it kind of force ejects it. And my kid, because they were like a toddler, they were like 2 years old, they ended up cramming like 3 games in there. And the Wii is like, no, I don't want that. Just put it on top. I want to be able to see it. I want to see it rotate. I want that PlayStation pop the lid open and see all. Yeah, that's me though. Let's insert a game. Please insert a game. Oh no, I'm supposed to insert the game. How am I going to insert the game? You can palm it. Wah! What are you looking for? Dead moon? Hold on. If I hide it first. You're like, what? What are you looking for? Dead moon? It's right there. There you go. Little trick for you. Let's pop in dead moon while we have it. Okay. Dead moon. And I do not like how it's already kind of sticking out. There is no, it's not like the Switch. I was hoping it would be like the Switch where you can pop it in and it spring locks it. No, you just kind of shove it in there. Oh, and it says Dead Moon on there. I just now noticed that. Play Dead Moon. Okay, so it says insert card. When you insert the card, it says play Dead Moon. Okay, I think that's kind of cool. I do think that's kind of cool. I wonder what happens when you pop in a, well, let's look at it for a second. Saving games, okay, I don't have an SD card right now. So I will take full responsibility of it not being able to save. You can't save Dead Moon anyway. Great shooter, by the way. If you've ever played Dead Moon, man, listen. Great shooter on this one. Responsive. Got no complaints for me. Boo 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 do 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 do. All right. I mean, it's fine. Can I do? Let's see. I have a bunch of buttons I can press here. I was seeing if I can access the menu from the controller. Is there like a hold start and hit select button that can do? Because that's usually the reset game. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you can like hit a button and it's like, do I do like all 4 buttons? Or I guess it'd be all 2 buttons. I probably shouldn't have skipped the tutorial. Sorry, Aiden, I skipped the tutorial. Boy, if you recognize that reference, more power to you. All right, insert game. Let's see if it says Altered Beast Japan, or maybe it just says Juoki or whatever the Japanese name was. Oh yeah, it says Juoki. There you go. That's right, it does have save states, doesn't it? I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, I don't save. Yeah, pause works. Oh yeah, and then what was it? It was up and select? Save not supported. Okay, well, that's enough of that. Okay, do I have a home button? This one doesn't have a home button. How about if I just pull it out? Oh! Well, that's fun. Little Andy Warhol portrait there. Sleep mode is not supported by this cartridge. Power off anyway? No. Maybe I should have. Let's try one of the homebrews I have here. It's a custom game. They made an Arkanoid, the NES version, on the TurboGrafx 16. Insert game. Okay, Arkanoid. Let's see if it even knows what it is or recognizes it or anything. It doesn't. Please insert card. Okay. Well, it's in there. It popped in there just like every other game. Brand new. I haven't even opened this yet. I want to do a video on this later. They just sent this to me. It's another homebrew, and I don't know if it'll work on this. Now it should. Oh, that's a beaut. Yo, look at this sweet looking card here. Wow. I have a feeling it won't work on this. What do you got? It inserted the same. It felt the same as that other one I just tried. So it's like, if you're looking for homebrews, it may not happen. Meisane Koku, this is translated on a turbo card. This is one of the ones I made because I'm a huge anime fan. But will it work in the Analogue Duo? Putting it in 3, 2, 1. Play who card? Well, it doesn't say what it is, but that's good news. Oh, fantastic. That is the good news. All right, so most homebrews won't work unless they use these cards. Do I spoil my source? Of course I am. Anybody can make these cards. Retro Stage is where I get my cards to make my own games. This one is literally just, I made it for myself because I'm such a big fan, but it was like, yes, I can play it on a Mister. Yes, I can play it on a Raspberry Pi. Yes, I can play it on an EverDrive. But something about playing it on the original console with a CRT, even though right now I'm playing it on not the original console, on a Winamax flat screen portable monitor. It still gives me that nostalgia to play, with the original controller, the way it was meant to be played. Graphics, the way they were meant to be seen through a CRT. But these work, so I'm super happy about that. Is different than most other EverDrives because it is old school. It doesn't have the plastic covering, it doesn't have all this other stuff on here. It may still not work just because of how, if it felt like the other ones, it probably won't work. But we're gonna see what happens when you pop it in. It fits. It fits right in there, but also doesn't recognize it. Boy, it fits in there perfectly. Let me pull it out. You know what? I have it on the wrong switch here. Not that matters. This thing plays both. As we saw, it plays US and Japanese games. Fits right in there perfectly. And does not want to work. Now we know. Let's try CD game. We haven't done that yet. I do have Future Boy Conan right here. That's right. The old school Miyazaki series. Now I haven't done this yet, so let's see what happens when I pop it in. I'm going to slide it in right now. It took a little bit to actually grab, almost more than I wanted it to. So it's reading the CD. This is in real time. Here it is. Mirai Shonen Conan. Okay. Nicely done. Mirai Shonen Conan. In the future year of 2008. Hey, remember when that happened? In 2008? No? Okay. Alright, here we go. Boy, it plays fine. Okay, well, let's start a new game. The other ones continue. Oh, not great. Alright. Oop. Look at this running. Look at that running animation. Not great. All the CD games I have are all Japanese, so it's not going to be doing a whole lot of good playing this. But man, what a great system for imports. Okay, there's a button right next to it. So that's what I see right there, you know, reading CD and all that. And when you're ready, you can't even see it. It's right there. So there is an eject button directly on here. That's good. Wish it was a little bit more prominent, and again, I wish it was more of a tray, but it's better than not. How about this guy? Well, this is a repro. So we'll see if it's cool with repros. Reading, reading, reading. Let's see what it says. I have a feeling this will work. Will it read repro discs? Play Akamadu, Dracula, Kun, whatever, Chino Rondo. Rondo of Blood, they call it in the US. Greatest soundtracks, one of the best Castlevanias of all time. A lot of people consider this the best Castlevania of all time. I'm not as bold to say that. So long as Symphony of the Night exists, and I'm old school, I remember when Castlevania was the only Castlevania. Which also leads me to believe, I bet you could make the translation patches. There are versions of like Ease 4. There's a bunch of great PC Engine CD games that have since been translated, and you can put that onto a disc and play that in here. So that's not terrible. Oh my god, I got to read the whole thing because it's the first time I ever popped this in. I ain't gonna bore with the details, it works. If you're looking for some other great TurboGrafx-16 games you can play right now, check out this video that I did like several years ago, but it still holds up because that's one of the nice things about doing retro gaming content is, yeah, it's the same games from the last 50 years. So check out that video when I probably looked about the same.